Can you manually edit the save game? Not with those modifiers, no. Don't forget to get a naval military theorist for the extra naval tradition. That's a very good point, Blue Kiwi, yeah. Now watch as this goes 50-50 again. Why do you guys always go 50-50? We could attract foreign investors again. Not again, that's just consumer goods factories reduced for 90 days. I don't think that's worth it. How many consumer goods factories am I currently losing? 6. Okay, that's quite a few. But that's mostly because of the civilian economy. Wait, have they reduced the impact of the civilian economy? I feel like they have. That used to be 30%. Oh, 50%, didn't it? Yeah, I could have sworn that used to be 50%. I voted Democratic, but when you just get crushed by Germany. No, not necessarily. One of the new features in the game are exile governments, which historically the Dutch were. They lost the mainland, but that would allow them to relocate to Batavia, which is Indonesia, which is one of the focuses here, one of the decisions. Relocate government to Batavia, and we would just fight on in the Dutch East Indies, and eventually we can annex them so they become our land proper. Either way, I'll be going heavy navy. I'll just be going heavier navy if we stayed with the Axis. Alright, it's 60% for stay with Germany, so we'll stay with Germany. Xinjiang joins the Chinese United Front. Amelia Earhart circumnavigates the globe. Famous aviator Amelia Earhart, known to many as the Queen of the Air, has completed a flight around the world together with her navigator Fred Noonan. So yeah, I think we are going to save up for a naval theorist. That's actually a very good idea. Because now that you can buy research for experience, having the theorist, something which I basically never bothered doing, is now actually worthwhile. So yeah, I think that is going to be the next purchase. Poland would exile to Britain, I think. That's what they did historically. Poland exile is something I really want to do, because I already did that when Hotspire was first released, but it just did not have the mechanics to support exile governments, because they didn't exist. So you had no source of manpower, you had no source of extra equipment, nothing. Japan's declared war on Shaanxi. Uncertainty has long reigned in the Soviet Union. While details are scarce, there have been a series of secret trials on the highest level, and both generals and ministers have disappeared from the public eye. The natural assumption is that some great conspiracy has been uncovered within the Communist Party, but no official statement has been made. There it is, Japan and China are at war. Shouldn't I boost with Germany? I mean, we're already at 20. We need them to be a minimum of 25 and 15 ahead of Britain. And it seems that we get, what, 10 points every time we do it? I'm okay keeping this balance for a bit longer. I just need to... Basically, when I think Germany goes for Czechoslovakia, that's when we need to start getting worried. Right now, I'm pretty happy staying neutral, because if I flip too early, then I think Britain declares war on me, and that would be before Germany would step in. US Congress passes the Neutrality Act. With tensions rising around the globe, the US Congress has been the scene of intense discussions around the role of the United States should play on the world stage. Many members are concerned that the President Franklin Delano Roosevelt might secretly be planning to intervene in a European or Asian war. Some still remember the role the country played in the Great War and are anxious to keep the United States out of foreign entanglements. They know the importance of staying neutral. Okay, so I can't do that until world tension rises higher. We could improve Sumatra. I'm just worried that Japan's going to steal this stuff. No, let's start working on... Hang on, war support. How's world tension affecting things? 4%, so it would now be 5.8. That would be 4 point something. We would need 15% to go up to the next mobilization law. So we're not quite ready yet. So yeah, let's go and expand the artillery Einrichtungen. The artillery Einrichtungen manufactures munitions and a smaller number of small arms under license for our forces. It should be expanded if we aim to increase our military. Marco Polo Bridge incident. Japanese and Chinese forces are skirmished inconclusively over the strategic Marco Polo Bridge, located just southwest of Beijing. Earlier today, China and Zhebai's Sanma issued a joint statement that the latter is now formally granted member states of the Chinese United Front. We got dispersed industry. And that's all of the industrial technologies I want to deal with right now. Still not using artillery. Engineers, that would require support equipment. No, let's get a support weapons one. It's about time we did that. Also, Curaçao's. What kind of terrain are you? Plains. I was kind of hoping that you would be mountains, so that I could stick some mountaineer regiments in there, but never mind. How's the unit stuff going? Still upgrading the 2 cruisers. We're almost done with the last of the old submarines, which is good. How's the airforce looking? How many aeroplanes do we have spare? 8. Okay, that's not going as quickly as I'd hoped. So let's go and switch those around, because I'm feeling relatively confident with the number of soldiers we have. Yunnan joins the Chinese United Front. Earlier today, China and Yunnan issued a joint statement that the latter has now formally been granted access. China is unifying way quicker than I expected. And remember, this is with a bolstered Japan, so hopefully they can do something here. Be right back, it's beer time. About to try Holsten Pils for the first time. It's probably tracked by Hey Ho. Actually, I think Holsten's okay. Now, unfortunately, I can't do anything with volunteers because we have the aloof neutrality, which makes it basically impossible to do any kind of intervention. Like, there's isolationist and then there's aloof neutrality, which is like a step further than that. Curaçao is very nearly finished, at which point I'll probably start building... I might do another fuel silo. Although, as the different mobilizations come through, fuel capacity increases? No, it doesn't. It's just civilian economy can hold less. Okay. Ban fascism, ban communism, attract foreign investors, placate Germans, placate the British. I think we want to attract some more investors if we can. That was going to be construction speed. Let's keep that one ticking over if we can. overhaul is looking static. I think I basically already decided. Yeah, we're staying with Germany. It's fairly overwhelming. What are the research times for ship add-ons? They are relatively short, but can be boosted by spending military experience. 211 days, but it can be reduced down to just 83 if you spend 50 naval experience. 83, 308, well that's ahead of time, that's not really a good indication. 147, 147, 62, 83, 62. You know what, smoke generators would be good. Fleet speed while retreating would allow me to get away from overwhelming British fleets if necessary. What did we just finish researching? Support weapons, fleet and being. Support weapons. Nope. We probably should also do some air power things. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to spend the full price on this. So strategic destruction is strategic bombers. I don't think I'm going to have the industrial power to do that. Battlefield support is going to be more close air support and ground support. So I guess operational integrity. Plus I think operational integrity has the best fighters anyway. And the earliest fighters. And we have free civilian factories. I think with those free civilian factories we want to build more civilian factories. Wow, Friesland can build a lot of factories. Build 4 more civilian factories in Friesland. Operational helps versus naval too, I think. Yes, I seem to remember that. I never really looked at the air doctrines as closely as I did the naval or the land. Although, actually, we should probably take a proper look at them to see if they've changed. I don't think they have. Fighter agility, heavy fighter agility. Air wing training experience. Right, air wings gain experience now. That is something I need to bear in mind. Naval mission efficiency. Tactical bomber, strategic bombing visibility, haste generation, air superiority, bomber, fighter detection, air wing experience, air support, ground support, air superiority plus 15, experience, aces, air support mission. I need to think what those different options are. Air superiority engages enemy fighters and secondarily enemy bombers. Close air support is shooting ground combat. Interception is stopping bombing. Strategic bombing is bombing. Naval strike, kamikaze strike, port strike, air supply, naval mine laying, naval mine sweeping. So air support is the anti-ground, yeah. Yes, this is close air support agility, while this is fighter agility. Although it does get lots and lots of air superiority bonuses. Actually, they get a hell of a lot of bonuses. 20, 30, 45... So that's 45% for the battlefield support. Can someone just write that in chat? Battlefield support, 45%. Then operational integrity. 15. $35. So operational integrity gets only 35. Strategic destruction. $20. Fighter agility. 35. $50. Okay, so apparently the best fighters are actually strategic destruction. So we should be going strategic destruction, not operational integrity. Oh, I'm asking for all three of them just so I can see them because my memory is terrible. So it's 45 for battlefield support, 35 for operational integrity, and then 50 for strategic destruction. Plus, strategic destruction comes with fighter agility plus 10. Same as these guys. Interception detection. They have a 20. Oh wait, interception detection we don't care about. It's interception efficiency. They get 20. 20. Both of them are 20. It's kind of hard to see what the differences between these really is. Fighter detection, you've got fighter detection as well, don't you? Yeah, your fighter detection's actually better. But that's still a difference of 15% air superiority. Your fighters are going to be the same quality. You have 10% more fighter detection. Or is it 5? Yeah, it's 10%. Although I think fighter detection is just the number of them that you can actually shoot down. Haliuso, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Strategic has naval support near the top. Yeah, I know. Okay, we're switching. Done. We're going strategic. Although I need to take a look at my air wings, which I was kind of expecting to be able to access in the same way that you can access infantry and air force. You're still flying the Fokker 17s. Let's make your air wing a 50 and have you drilling again. Fleet and being is done. So now we need to wait again for our 100 experience so that we can go for battle fleet concentration. Although that's going to make the heavy cruisers more effective. That's light cruisers. That's the one we need. Just wondering if I should have gone trade interdiction. It's too late now. because with trade interdiction, I do remember them saying that they've improved light cruisers and heavy cruisers, which is what this one is, raider patrols. Light cruiser raiding efficiency, heavy cruiser raiding efficiency, so you can use them to go after enemy convoys rather than submarines. Nope, we're going to skip that. We're going to get smoke generators, however. So that my ships can get out of dodge if they need to. Do I still have heavy cruisers? Yep. Not many. I've got like 2. The Surabaya and the Hertog Hendrik. Can anyone say what happens when you run out of fuel? Do tanks in the field then class as equipment missing a division orange bar goes down? I don't actually know. I suspect that they suffer some pretty hefty combat and movement penalties. That's what I would guess. Okay, so we've got the artillery thing done. Modify the government. Oh, these guys are cheap. Not very good for what you get, though. Alright, so we can get Phillips, which will give me access to Phillips. And would allow me to get 2 years ahead of time in electronics. So what I probably want to do is get Computing Machine, then get Phillips. I mean, Computing Machine in 38, as normal. Grab Phillips, and then I can have 1940 computing machines. That actually sounds pretty freaking amazing. I probably also want to start developing radar, because that would allow me to get decimetric naval search radar, which are ship radar. I really hope that the rest of the tech tree gets this same treatment. Because the naval tech tree is a hell of a lot more interesting right now. Small caliber armor piercing shell would increase the attack of light cruisers. In fact, by everyone. I can get it in 83 days. Is there anything else I need before then? I would say that's probably worth it. Don't cancel that. Alright, we're already researching something. What I was really looking at was this. So we want to continue the Zodazay works. Reduces head of time penalty by 2 years and gives a 100% research bonus valid for the next 2 research of the technologies industry. Okay, so that would apply the same thinking. Although that would be a 2-year wait. No, I think that we can just go ahead and get the 1939 tax. It would only be a year ahead, but I think that's fine. This is a really big buff, actually. Wait, Friesland add to it. Damn it! I miscalculated again. I didn't see that that was adding infrastructure. I got all the other ones. Because these don't add infrastructure, these are just factories. Yeah, I did miss that. Because I've already built those 3. Bugger. The next stage of land reclamation is the Flevo polder, named after the ancient Flevo. I knew that sounded wrong. The Flevo polder, named after the ancient Flevo lake first mentioned in the Roman times. This is a tremendous project that will take many years to be fully finished, but even in the short term it will provide us with ample rewards. Yeah, see, I already built theirs. Holland I did calculate properly, it was Friesland I got wrong. Okay. Right, and we have some more factories. How many? 2 more. Start building me some support equipment and artillery. Although it is still, frankly, aircraft that I'm the most concerned about. And we can do the oil companies again. West Indies. Have to wonder, can you develop the totally wonderful submersible air carrier? I doubt it, but hey, we can look. So if we picked a submarine... no. You are really limited in what you can put on a submarine. Ordinarily it'd be like that option. Because on the cruisers, you can't put air units, but you can put float planes, which massively increase recon. As long as they don't get shut down. Have to ask, with all the new research options for naval tech, how it overall impacts tech progression. As I imagine, even if you aren't focusing naval power, you aren't going to want to neglect it. Even the one additional thing can affect the overall flow. Apparently they rebalanced the research times to take that into account. Podcat was asked just that question. Which is a very good question, because I would have asked the same thing. But it wouldn't be too difficult to create a spreadsheet with all the different research times, the total research required to get certain levels. I actually designed a spreadsheet just like that for another game's tech progress. So I could get an idea of where I expected players to be at certain phases in the game. So I basically took an entire gameplay session, or an entire campaign I should really say, and then broke it up into, I think it was 11 phases, and then I said, okay, at phase 1 I expect the player to be here, phase 6 at here, phase 11 here, and then the different tech costs for each level, and then you could just tweak the whole lot up or down depending on whether you wanted to make it cheaper or more expensive. You can boost research times with experience. Yes, which is why I'm still using my submarines the best way that I know how to use submarines. Mostly just getting more experience. Alright, so all of my subs have now been upgraded. So we are waiting for my 2 Hakon Longbeard FPs, I think those are. Which means they're recon light cruisers. And then we're building a Dorota, which is almost immediately going to get refitted into a Hakon. And I'm wondering if I want to get naval expansion. Huzzah! Ment Eterna, thank you very much for the subscription. Appreciate that, and welcome to the Mordlings. Lay mines everywhere. I don't actually have many mine layers. I'm kind of expecting Germany to do that. I was going to try and go toe-to-toe with our enemies and let Germany do the actual fighting. Why are you sitting at sea?